going to, Judge Polk said he was not going to decide today whether or not there was sentencing manipulation and outrageous government conduct when it comes to Joe's offenses. That is for a later hearing. We are going to continue our post-conviction litigation, but we did preview for the court the evidence that we have through our post-conviction investigation. And we made arguments for a reasonable sentence. We asked for 90 months. Joe's original sentence was 264 months. The judge sentenced him to 252, so 12 months less. But again, he did not make a finding as to what we have said in regards to government misconduct, the behavior of the investigating agent in this case, and how ultimately we got here with these convictions. We are going to appeal this sentence, and we are going to also file a motion for new trial soon. And at that time, the court will have to decide whether or not these convictions can stand.
So his sentence today was 1 year less than his original, is that right?
That's correct.
How many months does he have left on his sentence? You know,
so you would credit what he's already served, so 3 years. So I mean, he's still looking at 18, 19 years. But let's not get lost in that. Certainly, we're disappointed. You know, we recommended 90 months. And even though we recommended 90 months, that wasn't waiving what's coming. You know, these things go trial, sentencing, new trial. And so we had to get through sentencing to get to the point of new trial. And that's where we are. I picked up some of Joe's belongings this week. And I brought his pocket watch. You know, it's time for justice. We've been waiting for this hearing 6 or 7 months. Meanwhile, Joe has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. His CVID is you know, a lethal mix if you mix it with COVID. He's been put in solitary confinement over and over again, and we're going to address what's going on with him related to that. Look, if you followed this case, you know that Alan Glover, who was supposed to be here today but is in the hospital, you know that Alan Glover has admitted to perjury. He's told the FBI he committed perjury. That is significant. James Garretson has turned over cell phones with hundreds of phone calls, which we have turned over to the feds. There's phone calls between him and Bryant, phone calls that show massive government misconduct. John Rinke didn't testify at the first trial. He's got some things that he's added. Jeff Lowe, who's currently in Mexico, has provided about 4 terabytes of data that we've gone through with videos of him high-fiving Brian as they ran roughshod over the rights of Joe and others in the exotic animal industry. So, look, it is not over. Certainly we're disappointed with today, but next week or the week after, we will be filing motions for new trial and proceeding with the appeal at the same time, and going forward with what has always been the heart of this case, which is the collusion by the government and these witnesses to get Joe locked up. Questions? Yes.
What did Joe say about the new sentence?
He's disappointed, but of course he was prepared for this. We're all fairly new to this case. Joe obviously is not, and so he's been in front of Judge Polk before. You know, he's disappointed, but he sees the plan, right? He sees what's coming, and knows now that his lawyer doesn't have to play nice to all of these people while I've been gathering evidence, that things are about to get, you know, very different. It felt so good to turn over phone calls of James Garretson talking to the feds, talking to Eric Good from Tiger King, receiving $5,000. I think he got paid $3,000. Literally the same week, he was negotiating getting paid by Tiger King the same day he testified. And so there's a lot more that's going to come out about how all this went down, how Tiger King affected it, and you know, how Agent Bryant was messaging with Howard Baskin back in 2015 about getting Joe's zoo infiltrated. There's so much more to this story than anybody's ever seen. Any other questions?
Is he actually divorced yet?
He is not divorced. That's coming.
Where is there a case pending?
I don't think there's been a case pending. So in some of the transfer from Team Tiger to our firm and other firms, certainly Molly's firm, a lot was not done that needs to be done. And so our focus has been preparing on the sentencing and then the multiple hundreds of pages that we're filing related to the motion for a new trial, but the divorce is coming.
Well, when we in the press say what's his real name, he prefers Joseph Maldonado. Right.
Correct. Essentially, he's dropped passage because he's in the process of a divorce.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else?
All right, and you were just listening there to a press conference right after a court hearing with Joseph Maldonado. They were seeking less jail time, and the judge did reduce that to 21 years instead of 22 years. His attorneys there saying disappointed by the outcome, saying that they will continue forward with an appeal process and filing for a new trial.